So guys, I finally got the booth set up here at SEGE for 2025. There's a lot of things here that I've never brought before, including the Graham Meowster Chef head that we made for Monster Hunter World Iceborne for Capcom. I have it here for a panel I'm doing Sunday at noon, but now that the booth is set up, you know what time it is. It's time to find some deals.
And speaking of deals, I know exactly whose booth to head to first.
So first purchase of the convention, guys, and big surprise, is from good old Scott Squatch.
It's always from me. At least the last like 3 or 4 conventions.
Yeah, exactly. I always try to spend like $1 billion with Scott every time. This time we're only spending $1 mil, not a bill. So
you have stock in the Squatch, though.
yeah,
Squatch stock.
I do. So what do you got for me there, Scott?
We have a basically new. The insides actually have been lifted out, but they've never been fully taken out. I don't know why I just looked at the microphone. Anyways. This was factory sealed. The very short version of the story is the person that was bringing this back from, I think they got it in like Taiwan, the customs opened it. They slid it right here a little bit and they ripped it open to see what was inside.
Do you think they thought the foam was cocaine?
Maybe.
Because that was it, right?
Taste?
Yeah, it's where that is.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly. But anyways, there was that one. Kickle Cubicle, which is just fun to say.
Yeah.
And then a nice little claymation game Plock on the Super Nintendo. And then I think the coolest thing here, my original like childhood Chrono Trigger strategy guide. So I love strategy guides. If they had a nice like bestiary section, anything with monsters, I just sit there and like read every stat on them, their weird names. I would trace and draw them, like all my.
Awesome, man. I think you said 480 on the games and 120 on this. Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in that ballpark, yeah.
Yeah, who cares? It's between friends.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks, bro.
No problem.
Let's see what else we can find.
All right, guys. So not a game, but a really cool piece. I'm here with Cameron, right? Yeah. What up, dude? So you've got like a really cool booth just in general, not just games, but weird promotional items, which I'm very much into. What do you got for me there, Cameron?
This is a vintage Sony banner.
Yeah.
Woo! Sweet. Minty.
Yeah, and to me, this looks like early Sony, like right when it released, and just like the condition on this is insane. And so,
It's very clean.
yeah, bro. How long have you had this?
I'm probably 10 years.
Dang, 10 years. Well, it's definitely going in my game room. And so, what do we agree on? 400?
400.
400? Dude, Cameron, thank you so much, bro.
No problem, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I see some Blackbox games I might be interested in right here. I think I have soccer, but I'm not sure mine is nice. I'll have to check when I get home. But I don't have either baseball 3 or 5 screw. I can tell this is 5 screw by the hang tab. Let's see if he'll work a bundle deal on these. All right, so I'm here with Jeff, the owner of these 2 Blackbox games. I'm looking at both of them. I was hoping to get a bundle deal. What do you think you could do for me on these?
Let's see, 250. I can do 200 on it if you want.
Can you believe this guy throwing out exactly what I was gonna offer? Jeff,
Perfect.
you got a deal, bro.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
man.
much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can track down good old Retro Rick. Because you know what? He brought me something for the collection.
All right, so I'm here with Rick, the legend. What do you got there for me, man?
The Terminator, and I know my guy, Woodman, likes a real crisp NES game, and that one is crispy.
That's insane.
This one's crazy, dude.
Did that
So,
come out of the collection you got recently?
This was just in the shop, and it had been there for a while.
Dang.
And I was about to put it on Whatnot, and I was like, wait, I haven't shown Travis this yet.
Yeah.
And you don't even have this at all? Or you
I have it loose, and so this is a game that's just notoriously hard to find a really nice condition. Oh yeah, it's nice.
Ooh!
You
Did I charge you enough?
severely undercharged me for this, Rick.
Okay. Well, we'll make it right at some other point in our lives.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody's wondering what we've worked out, I think we did 200 trade.
200 trade.
So
I got a couple Resident Evil 2s.
yeah, Resident Evil 2 and a Game Boy Advance SP. So
Oh wow.
get waxed,
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad it's going to a good home though.
bro.
That's cool.
Straight in the collection, never leaving. Bury me with my games.
Bury me with my money.
Then I came across this booth, which was bursting at the seams with mint condition cardboard. Some of it sealed, most of it was Game Boy, but let's see if we can add some to the collection.
All right, so I'm here with Austin, which Austin is about to open a store, right?
Yes, sir.
Retro Droid?
Retroid.
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 Play on words there. Where's it located?
We have a current location in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and we're opening our second in Concord, right outside of Charlotte on the 2nd of August.
Cool. So I have a stack of NES. Wait a minute, it's not NES, it's Game Boy. What am I even doing? He somehow got all these into his store. Almost all of them are sealed. And I'm not really a sealed guy, but when the games are so obscure and rare that you barely even see a CIB, you might as well just buy them.
Yep.
And so there's some weird ones in here. We got Serpent, Nail and Scale, Amazing Penguin. Like, what in the world? Megalith, Pyramids of Ra. I used to have this sealed and I traded it and I've regretted it since. Mr. Do, Square Deal. What in the world is that? Dexterity, Dragon's Lair, whatever, you know, blah. I won't even go through them all. But so, we worked out a deal here.
Yeah.
Austin hooked it up. We got 1,100 plus 575.
Yeah.
So 1675.
Yes, sir.
I feel good about that, man.
Same.
You feel good? Bro, Austin, thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you.
All right, so I'm also buying these just to spite Curtis. We've got some small soldiers, like mini hoods or something, like NASCAR hoods.
I guess.
They're like meant to be
Racing
hung.
decor.
Yeah, racing decor. So maybe weird NASCAR small soldier mashup. I mean, Bill, Bobby something, 18. Who cares? But we worked out a great deal, like $5 a piece. So I'll make sure to sell them to Curtis for $5,000 a piece. If you're watching this, Curtis. Yeah. Hey there, Sam. How's it going?
Hey there, Travis.
So
You have some things for me to buy?
I do, yes. I absolutely do. I think you and Joe are the only people who care about this kind of stuff just as much as I do. So I somehow ended up with 2 of these, and I'm passing the second one on to you guys. And so
Bless.
what we have here is a very weird CompuTrainer thing that goes with the Racemate Challenge 2. But it's not just that. We have all the pieces. We have the entire kit, the 30-pound brick that powers this thing, and also the stand that nicely folds up like that. And so, do you know much about this, Sam?
What?
Do you know much about this?
I know enough. So I have the Super Nintendo one. We picked it up from a lady who actually had it pretty locally.
Yeah.
She bought it when it came out. She's like, yeah, I saw it at the mall and I bought it. And it was kind of like a grail of ours. So like, the NES one naturally has to come next. And like, I've literally never seen another one.
Yeah.
And of course you would have to.
Yeah, and they don't come up often, but when I had the chance to buy one, the guy happened to have 2, and that was when I was like, I'm gonna reach out to Joe and Sam and see if they want the other one. So we worked a bundle deal, and so I'm just passing it on to you. No profit is being made here. We're just sharing with friends, as always. So
Joe's had the little plug-in that goes
I-
into the system
yeah.
for years and years. And like,
yeah,
they don't come up. So like,
and I like during this too, we figured out there were variants, even though they're the same thing. Like the one that I kept actually says CompuTrainer Pro, but the model number is exactly the same, and they're exactly the same thing. So it's like, who knows?
y'all said there were variations on the cartridges.
Yeah, even this, there's like different colors, and this isn't just fading, like it's just the colors are different, the labels are different. Actually, the other one I had too, the label was flipped the other way, and I don't know if it had this thing or it was something like that, but yeah.
Yeah, we have the cartridge at home. We actually picked it up at SoCal last year from Elliot at Game Tower, and it doesn't have this shape. It's like a normal
The knob,
Yeah.
the pulling knob.
variance.
Yeah, and also too, we got the paperwork, we got everything. Got
Know how to use this thing. Official. Nice.
That's who we have to blame for variants there.
All right. Thanks, Joe. They were getting these things manufactured.
It was Joe the whole time. But cool. I know it's gonna go to a good home, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You want some dollars?
Money, money, money. Ah.
Have you sniffed those?
Yeah. Smells like oil and grease. Perfect. James just bought something. It's a variant I've never heard of, and if you don't know, I know most things about NES variants, and this was a new one on me. So this was very unique situation. James, will you enlighten not just me, but all of us?
Sure. So Tecmo NBA basketball in and of itself, not a rare game at all.
Like $10.
Yeah, cool game, but there's a version that came out very, very late in the NES life cycle where they removed Michael Jordan from the game because I guess they had a license for the entire NES roster except for him. He had his own thing. And they re-released it without him, so there's a different box that goes with it with slightly different language, and there's an entirely different game code. So anybody that doesn't know, every NES game, actually every Nintendo game has like an ID code on it in multiple parts. And the NES ones start with NES, and then there's a 2-digit code for every game that's unique, and the same code is on the chips inside on the board. So the code for NBA basketball is BK. However, the revised version without Michael Jordan, the code is N7. So other than him not being in the game, he's replaced with Bulls guard number 99. It's the same character. But to find what we call an N7 copy of Tecmo NBA basketball is pretty rare. Not impossible rare, but it's pretty rare.
You think like maybe 1 out of 100? You think the difference?
That's a great question. Probably more like 1 out of several thousand.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably in the last 3 years seen 5 or 6 of these coming for sale publicly and transact. So I don't know. It's hard to gauge because not many people go that deep on the variants that it's that well known.
Yeah.
But the people that know what it is look for it and try to find them, and we found one today.
Yeah, that's super cool. I saw it sitting here before, and it was at what, 350 or?
We had a 350.
350.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that like something that simple, I mean, still really cool, like can 100x the value, maybe not quite that much, but 50x the value. Something just as simple as a little code and removing Michael Jordan from the game. That's interesting. Ellis, you had the eye on this. Was this like a flea market find or something like that?
It was. Found it at a flea market.
How
bought
did you
it.
know to look for that?
Price charting.
Really?
You can sort the list from most expensive and variants and stuff. And I like to study the variant stuff.
I'm actually surprised that's on price chart, and that's the second thing I've learned over here talking to you guys. So really cool. That's a great find, man. That's,
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. So
And I'm glad it's going to a good home.
I'm pretty sure I have like 10 copies of this game. I'm gonna have to go home and check all 10 copies. It's probably not there, but maybe I'll get lucky. All right, so I am here with Mighty Mike. I did not want to spend a lot of money today, but that might just happen. So, Mike, what in the heck do you have here, man?
Sega display cabinet.
So it's like, what, a spin page display cabinet
It's a
thing?
fun display that you can get at stores. You put Sega Saturn or Sega CD games in it, showcase the best of the best, your Panzer Dragoons, your Lunars, your Popful Males, and then
Store the full set in here.
yeah, if you want to open that, is that bad boy unlocked?
Here, I'll do it. So basically, this whole thing swings open. You can have your full set in there, and like Mike said, you can have the staples and your favorites out on the front. Then also, he's got the key to the spin pages, which is actually hard to find. And so we're gonna work together here, Mike. I'm going to unlock and pull up, and then like that. So that's how you get your games in there. So like, look how crazy that is.
We went to a blacksmith to ask them if they could make us a duplicate, and he couldn't do it. So if that tells you anything about how complex they made these back then.
Mike also has one of the coolest booths here. Probably second coolest booth, maybe. Runner up to best booth.
It's this Woodman booth.
But it is a very cool booth. He always has displays, jackets, all the things that I want to buy. So, Mike, how do you do it? What's your secret?
I talk to people like you. That way I can get booth number one day.
Yeah, exactly.
So hold up. Let's go back because there's something I forgot to tell you guys.
Do you mind if we refilm the thing because somebody stole my camera?
And you heard right. Someone stole my camera right off my table. And to make matters worse, shortly after I heard the news that no one wants to hear, a friend of mine had tragically lost their life. It was unbelievably hard to continue running my booth after this, I'm not gonna lie. And I had no intentions of actually filming another video. I even had numerous friends reach out to let me use their equipment or even film a video for me, but I just wasn't in the right mindset to do so. But then an unexpected act of kindness changed that. A group of fellow content creators and friends pulled money together to allow me to buy a new camera. Now, I don't really care about the money at all, but this act of kindness, this unconditional love that I felt from this retro community just really hit me hard. And so I knew what I had to do. I knew that I had to film a video at this point. I knew that this retro family had my back no matter what. And of course, I can't forget you guys too. The amount of support that I have from viewers like you really means a lot, guys.
That was quite the Southeast Game Exchange. I'm exhausted. There's a couple things I picked up off camera. Let's get back to the game room and check them out.
Welcome into the game room, guys. Let's take another look at the pickups, including this shirt that I got from my good buddy Retro Ray. Also this Super Puzzle Fighter 2 shirt, which is, if you don't know, one of the greatest games ever made, and I do believe that my good buddy Mort will also agree with me on that. And at the beginning, you saw me pick up this Chrono Trigger guide from my good buddy Scott as well. I've been looking for a really nice condition one of these for a while, and this one definitely checks that box. Also replacing this loose clock with the nice complete one you see here. And most everything from Scott is mint condition. I mean, you're talking cart, manual, box, all really nice. And lastly, same, this Kickle Cubicle I did have loose. This came from Scott as well. It's just really nice and complete. You don't see this game very often as well in this kind of condition, and so unfortunately there's no games that I'm like, you know, bam, adding to the list today, but we are still making progress. And speaking of really nice, also this Terminator 1 came from, you saw me pick this up from Rick. This has everything in it. Registration card, little inserts, everything. And like I was telling Rick, this is a really hard one to find in nice condition. I don't know what it is about specific games, whether they were just destroyed out of pure hatred of the game not being very good, or just really well loved and just the artwork and everything. He also saw me pick up these two Blackbox games. I only had baseball loose, and this is a really nice example of this. You don't see Blackbox games look like this very often, so I picked that up. You also saw me pick up this soccer. Now I do have this version already, but I did want to check condition and also print run. So on closer inspection, yeah, they're actually the exact same print. So you see hang tab, you see 1 code, you see 2 code, and then on the front we even have TM right here, and they both have that circle seal and everything. So the question is which one's better condition? And I do believe the one I picked up is slightly better. I see one corner ding right here. Let's take a really closer look at these and see what's inside. And while we're on the topic of Blackbox, you also saw me pick up this crazy nice condition Mario oval seal, Rev A, all the above. This is actually the last print of this game, like the very last, which is also kind of cool. And this also indicated, oh man, look at that. Just the recoil on that flap is ridiculous. I really don't even want to show you guys this, but see if I can just barely do it. If you can't see it right there, there's a star note on that as well. That indicates it is the final print. I don't even want to pull this completely out, but my goodness, Scott was not lying when he said this was incredible condition and it was just opened one time, it being sealed. This is extremely hard to find. It is a shame that it has a rip here, and it does have a tiny little rip there, maybe where Customs just wasn't very nice with it, but my goodness, I am so happy to add this to the collection. I did have this one loose, but gotta have it CID. So you didn't see me pick up this because ironically, this is what I was buying for my friend Bucky from his cart at my booth when somebody just decided they were gonna steal my camera right off my booth. So, but this is really cool. This is a Japanese real pad soldier. Like, I've seen these before. This is for 3DO. I've seen this before for like N64 or even PS1, but I didn't even know this existed. This is a Capcom product. Weird. Yeah, I don't even see Capcom anywhere else except right there on the actual controller itself. Everything else indicates ASIC and Panasonic. So, very cool. You definitely don't see these very often, and even more so sealed. Now, even though you did see me pick up this PS1 banner, what you didn't see me pick up was this crazy cool Star Fox banner. And this thing is ginormous. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best Star Fox game, even though I kind of think that 64 is one of my least favorite consoles. This is one of the saving graces on that system. And just what a cool banner to have. Like, this is really nice condition. Came from the same guy of the PS1 banner, but so cool. I'd say the most surprising pickups were all these sealed Game Boy games. We have Megalith, Amazing Penguin by Natsume. Like, good lord, that is just crazy how nice that is. We've got Nail and Scale. We've got Solomon's Club. We've got Casino Fun Pack. A game called Flip Pool. We've got Serpent. We've got Pyramids of Ra. I can finally not regret trading mine that was sealed. We've got Mr. Do, which you just never see in general, but this is sealed. Daedalian Opus. Like, what in the world is that? And speaking of strange games, we've got Square Deal. Like, what? Now for the CIBs, we have Hyper Load Runner. And even though these are CIB, they're all pretty much an H-seam plastic still. We've got Brain Bender, again, just super clean. We've got Dragon's Lair. I mean, I'm sure this is just as good as the NES game, right? We've got Elevator Action. We've got Boxel. I've actually played this before. This is actually a really fun game. And then we've also got Dexterity. I mean, this looks similar to Boxel, or even kind of looks like Lolo, I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna check this one out. Thankfully it's CIB and not sealed. Ashido, The Way of the Stone. And this one got traded into our booth. And I'm actually most excited about this Game Boy game. One, because I just love the series. This is Batman, the animated series, which I didn't even know was on Game Boy. This looks really awesome. Konami, so you can expect it to be a great game. Looking forward to playing this one. And that brings my full set of Game Boy and Game Boy Color games to 84 out of 1249. 7%. Terrible. What a great Southeast Game Exchange that was. I want to first of all thank Austin for having me out yet again as a guest and a vendor at Southeast Game Exchange. But I also want to thank each and every one of you who came up to my booth and showed your support. There were just countless people who offered to let me borrow their camera, help me film, whatever. But then there was also a small group of people, content creators, who donated money for the cause to replace my lost camera. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. That seriously means a lot. As always, guys, I will see you in the next one.